Pooh Shiesty, you got to update into the times because you want to be the realest nigga on the internet, coming out the feds, doing all this time. That shit just don't hold no weight no more.
We've seen it a million times.
But that's the issue. They like that he's a real killer.
I think like that stuff gets rewarded, so they kind of in their mind it's like, I'm gonna just keep doing me. It's working. I'm rich.
You love that shit. Another artist, Pooh Shiesty. Man, that Pooh Shiesty, man. I love his music. I ain't gonna lie. I love his music. He's one of the realest, hardest rappers out there, bro. And that's one of the things, though. He real. That's who he is. Is there such thing as too real? Can you be too real?
Once you are transition. Sorry, y'all. Had some caffeine. I'm a little manic right now. When you transition from the streets to being a corporate entity, what JT say? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Let me handle my business. Damn. Ooh, that boy.
All right, bro. All right.
Sean Carter, man.
All right. You doing too much.
But anyway, once you make that jump to where the street stuff is not really like pertinent to your like career path, you're not making money from drilling people anymore. You're making, at his peak in 2020, 2021, he's probably making what, 50K a show or something. He was hot as fish grease. Even now he's hot.
More than that. I think he was up in the hundreds.
He might have been. And even now, he hot. Like FDO came out, that's a big song. Like,
yeah.
Why are you still kind of portraying yourself that way?
But that's his image, though.
But I'm not saying just like on some like your own attitude. I mean like you're actively portraying that. Like,
because that's who he is and that's his image. You gotta keep that up. That's Big Slime, dog. What are you talking about?
Do you think that like it's just authentic? When does authenticity become self-sabotage? That's what I'm asking.
That's a great question.
Because we've seen it a million times.
That's a great question.
6ix9ine, self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Lil Durk, self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Young Thug, self-sabotage.
Yeah, sometimes being too real.
Even Wayne, self-sabotage with the gun thing. T.I., self-sabotage. Gucci Mane, self-sabotage.
Yeah.
There's many other options.
Many other. And countless.
Not even just black artists.
Yeah.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Not just artists. People.
Yeah.
Bernie Madoff, self-sabotage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when does it go from authenticity and realness and this is who you are and this is your character, this is what you're portraying, this is what people like, to, okay, now you can kind of dial it back to just sabotaging yourself. Because if y'all didn't know, he went to, I think, Instagram and captioned the picture like, I got more bodies than Boosie. Then he got back and forth with Boosie about that sort of stuff, and they were both like bragging about.
When was this? Recent,
I think maybe like last month or earlier this month. And they back and forth bragging and beefing about who was more tougher, more street, based on their record and jail time, all that.
Boosie a real nigga too. I ain't gonna lie.
But maybe being a real nigga needs to go from killing people to being a real nigga in the boardrooms, in the meeting room.
Yeah. We got a clip of this?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see what Shiesty talking about.
Pooh Shiesty, you got to update into the times because you want to be the realest nigga on the internet, coming out the feds, doing all this time. That shit just don't hold no weight no more. And you trying to prove to everybody that you like that for real, you gonna go back to the feds. This nigga said the only rapper that got more bodies than him is Boosie. That was the fuck you captioned under a pitch on federal probation. And don't nobody give a fuck. You're gonna go to jail, sir. On Carter Gray, this is 2026. This not 2023 when you niggas can snitch on y'all selves and rap about it and all that shit. You see every nigga, including Smurf, Free Durk, is in jail for that type. Cut that shit out. Before now, Gray, you gotta get on this bitch and show us you could play GTA. Somebody need to update him.
Yeah. Shout out to just a girl from Chicago. I like her content too. I keep seeing her now.
Yeah.
I see she's straight. She has a husband, you know? Would you have guessed that? Would you have guessed that from the video?
Hell no.
It's funny though. I like her videos.
Yeah. No, but she's right though. You can't be self-snitching like you used to. Like, they will come and lock you up.
The feds watch social media, bro.
For what's that shit? It's
bro, they subpoena
conspiracy. They'll lock you up for conspiracy.
I'm gonna tell you how much the feds and police subpoena the stuff y'all do. There are people who've been locked up for doing a drill in a rental car. You know how they got caught up doing something? The feds will contact Enterprise, say, hey, this person rented this car this day, right? we need that car. They'll subpoena the car and come get the data out of the car plate and look wherever way you went. And if it lines up with the way that crime happened at, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
That's how deep it gets.
Yeah.
Not to mention social media posts. And we already know that it's a toss-up if your song gonna come up in court and be used against you.
Yeah, they use that.
They use it against Thug, and Thug had literal
we
murders.
can go back when the first big Bobby Shmurda.
Bobby Shmurda got the whole GS9 Crip set and put it in jail for 100 years.
That's what I'm saying. But for conspiracy,
he had names in the songs and people and the crimes lined up with what he said. This shit is real. They really use real stuff. So how? So when does it go from? Like I asked you before, when does it go from the image you have versus self-sabotage? And I want you to give me an example of someone who has the image, but it's self-sabotaging themselves.
Someone who has the image.
And we respect him and say, oh, he's a real nigga. But he's not sabotaging himself anymore. Or she. I'm women too.
Maybe Baby now. Now. He cut back.
He got something going on with
That's what I'm saying. He cut back though.
But he got a case on his now kind of.
But that's why his music is different. That's why y'all don't fuck with his music. Because he's trying to watch everything he's saying. He can't access that part of him.
I would say like Chief Keef maybe. But then again,
that's a good one.
Maybe he'd be bigger if he kept it up, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So, but Chief
I don't think he's worried about that.
I think he's submitted. I think he's good, money wise, everything.
That's a good one. Chief Keef.
Like he is
Herbo.
Herb, yeah, I would say like I can look at Herb and you can respect the aura. Like, oh, he probably would done some shit, but he ain't on it no more. His songs don't sound that, and he still got hits coming out that aren't about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my thing is like, are y'all just not creative enough? Or do y'all only really know one thing because you've been rewarded for your bad behavior so much that you don't know how to pivot?
I think this is just that a lot of this is just because of his environment. It's kind of like, I don't want to say ingrained in him, but this is what he's been used to and been doing his whole life.
And
so it's kind of
rewarded over and over.
Exactly. So it's kind of hard to make that pivot.
Another example, sorry to cut you off, Key Glock too.
What about him?
Key Glock's music.
Oh yeah,
it's still really good, but it's a lot less of the stuff that the feds might pull into in the courtroom and say, "Didn't you mention the murder in this song?"
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything like that. And his songs still come out good. Yeah. Really good.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard when like your whole life you've been doing that and now you're like, all right, now I just can't do this no more. Like that's a part of you know who else had another problem like that? Fucking Kodak Black. He was always doing dumbass shit to get him back locked up. You know that, but that's who he was and that's what he came from.
I think, like I said, I think it's because that's
Young Boy.
That stuff gets rewarded over and over. Young Boy, I would say lately is kind of shifting away from that stuff.
No, recently,
which is surprising to me.
That's good.
I think like that stuff gets rewarded, so they kind of in their mind it's like, I'll just keep doing me. It's working. I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? Like not just rewarded like in the streets, like you respect it. It's like the biggest scale. You have millions of fans. People come to your shows. You're making millions of dollars. So why would I stop? But my thing is like, somebody has to come up and say like, somebody respect. And be like, yo, you gotta chill. Like I think
Gucci wouldn't say that I'm just saying like.
He ain't signed to 17, ain't he?
I'm saying in that situation, like wouldn't it be someone like a Gucci?
We don't know how close they are.
That's true.
And who says he respects what Gucci would say to him? Yeah, even if they were close. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of a historic example. Someone who kind of blew their whole shit up, and even though they had people around him to tell them to not do that. Beanie Siegel. Beans could be a lot bigger. It could have been a lot bigger. Yeah, but I think the streets never left him, and that's all he knew though. So it's like, how do you leave that stuff? Even with Kanye with you next to you for a time, Jay-Z next to you, Dame next to you, these guys who are, at one point in life was in the streets, not Kanye, but the other two guys, and they got in the boardroom and said, yo, let's put that suit on and handle this business. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was never no more of that shit. And like, yeah, the music kind of dabbles in it still, but it's more so a music where they kind of reminisce from the old days. Like, I used to have 92 bricks, I lost them, whatever. Jay-Z said. I don't believe that story. But 92 and nobody came and killed you.
That's what I'm saying.
No one came and got you for that? All right.
All right, bro.
All right, buddy. Yeah, so that's my question. I want y'all in the comments to answer also, like, when does it go from this your image, okay, cool, to self-sabotage? Is it your behavior not changing? Or is it like the music not changing?
My question.
King Von, the music didn't change, his behavior didn't change. Lil Durk, behavior didn't change, it didn't change. You know what I'm saying?
So my question is how do we stop repeating these same patterns that we have? How do we recognize the patterns and then actively stop it?
You gotta trust yourself to be able to adapt even when what's working is what you gotta walk away from.
But sometimes they don't see it as a problem. They don't recognize the pattern.
I get it, but maybe you gotta get hit over the head a few times with a couple jail sentences to be like, yo, I gotta stop. Like I think somebody like
But I don't want that to have to come to that for this. That's like that's a real.
Some individuals, I almost said in words, don't learn without the hardest hit to their face. White people too, like the same black people, like white people too. Like it took. Think of Steve-O, right? You know his lifestyle before he was what he is now, clean and sober and
He
normal.
was crazy.
He did the wildest, most bananas shit
Steve was
ever.
crazy. Yeah,
The most drugs you could think of.
Yeah,
most
everything.
illegal shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
He was high as hell all the time. He tattooed somebody doing something horrible to a baby on his arm. Like he just do anything. And then one day he was like, "Yo, I gotta stop." Like I don't know if it was maturity.
That's
I don't
what I
know
was
if
gonna
it was
say.
like intervention. I don't know if it was like you're just gonna die. You know that and you gotta stop. Like Novak, the other skater dude with them, heroin addict from Baltimore, heroin addict. He had to stop.
He's from Baltimore?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He had to stop. Like, yo, I gotta stop doing this.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying black people, for example. Like you have to face either death or some people, or the worst consequences or lack of freedom possible. It took Gucci Mane finally getting 5 years of hard ass time to be like, yo, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Cause you know what I'm saying?
It always takes a catalyst. Well, it doesn't always, but for a lot of people, it takes some type
And maybe
of
for
catalyst.
Gucci Mane, it was his wife too, was a big part of it. And other guys said it was family and people around him that loved him, helping him stop. And maybe Pooh Shiesty needs somebody in his corner to be like, I'm gonna talk a little slower. I feel like I'm slurring my words.
You're good.
Pooh Shiesty maybe needs somebody in his corner to say, yo, you need to stop. And maybe it's Gucci Mane, maybe it's someone else. But at the same time, who says he'll listen to that? Because I'm pretty sure Dirk was telling King Von, like, yo, relax.
Yeah, definitely.
We're bigger in music now. You don't gotta respond to everything that you see. You don't gotta go to the club and attack yo and do all that.
Yeah.
You don't gotta do that. So that's just the struggle I think these people face, is like the fear of if I stop doing this, they won't mess with me no more. No paid in full. I could love in Harlem, man. If I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man.
Yeah.
Mitch was a millionaire. He could have quit and been fine.
He love that shit. He love the game.
But he loves the game.
Love that
and
shit.
the game ended up taking his life. So it's like, you gotta trust
Kind
that.
of deep.
You gotta trust that you can transition. And it's like, my thing with rappers especially, is like, fans like you. Rapping, even though the music quality is important, I would argue that most of these guys' personality or their image sells their music more than the sound of their music.
It does.
So if you do stuff that's like cool and likable and like fun videos, or you rap about cool stuff that you're doing as a rich person,
But that's the issue. They like that he's a real killer. They love it.
That's why I think the balance of being good at making music and being good at writing music is kind of.
And he knows he gets respect. He know he get love for that stuff, even though it's negative.
Look at like
people love him for
you mentioned Herb earlier. Herb music is not really violent anymore. It's about more. It has its moments.
Man, I just heard a song with him and 4-2 Doug.
But that's not his consistent like it used to be, where all his music was rock, his songs are about his lifestyle now, how it's changed and how
he talks about his growth.
And
he really
talks
does.
about his relationship
I love
with his
Herb.
girlfriend or his wife, his kids and all that stuff. Talks about that, not necessarily about like drilling shit no more, because he don't drill nothing no more. He's a fucking multi-millionaire. He dropped 5 private jets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's a talented artist who can do that. And
Is he independent?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's very tough.
That's so hard.
Very tough.
That's tough.
And I love it. One thing about Herb, he stayed with a hit. Like, a year don't go by, he don't get hit for at least the summertime. He got something coming out. You know what I'm saying? So I think there has been some sort of trust within you, like to say, yo, I made this far because I'm good at what I do. I can talk about anything on this record. They're going to like it because I'm good at what I do. I'm good at making a song. That's how I feel. That's a confidence you should have in yourself.
Yeah.
2 Chainz. 2 Chainz. Titty Boy, 2 Chainz. Who he is now musically, if you've heard his music lately. So much more mature. What's that pink album he did? What's it called? The one with the pink cover?
I know you're talking about. I can't
I
remember.
love the album. Ain't nothing about old street shit on there.
Yeah. So
besides him talking about how he used to do shit, he stopped.
Yeah.
But he's good at making music. He's confident that he can make good music without that content. Yeah. And he does it.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys like that confidence, I guess.
I ain't tryna wait the day. Wake up, get some cake today. I've been with the tryna chase the day. Wake up, see some O's up in my